This one's going to be so big today that I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go to like all channels. That's how big this one's going to be today. I'm just waiting for the great. Just waiting for all of these things to come up before I really get going. But it looks like they're all there. You do have to click the go live button. I'm actually going to go. Oh, and you got to mute this out so you don't have to hear me like multiple times. Go live. Going live, I'm just going to give a couple of people just a chance to come on. Hey, listen, if you're a frequent watcher, you know that I always spend the first couple of minutes having to message the people who ask me to message them whenever I go live. But I did that before I went live today because we have something very serious to cover today. It's going to be a very serious topic, and I want to give people a chance to jump on. But listen, this one is going to be we're going to have to get serious today. No joking around today. All right. And you know what? Maybe I will joke around just a little bit. Let's just check the streams. Everything looks good on the YouTube. Everything looks good on the LinkedIn, and the Facebook is going as well. Here we go. Thanks for being here with me today. So I got a message that came into me through one of the platforms, and I have it here on my phone. I'm going to read it to you because this person is looking for some advice. Joelle, hello. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you're here. Listen, this came into me, and this is serious, and it's so serious I'm not even going to try to remember what this person said. I'm just going to bring it up on my phone, and I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to paraphrase it because this is paragraphs long, this message, but it says, I'm a 21-year-old. I'm going to leave out some details here because I don't want to be talking about people openly like this. This person is 21 years old, and they want to become an entrepreneur, and they don't want to be trapped in a 9-to-5 job. And, ready, this is the exact words, I'm frightened and depressed about it. And then in the paragraphs that they write to me, so this is what we're going to talk about today, by the way. And I'm looking at my stream right now. It says it's excellent, but my face seems to be frozen. So 21 years old, wants to become an entrepreneur, is frightened and depressed about having to get stuck in a 9-to-5 job, goes on to say that they don't want to be forced to be in this 9-to-5 job, and they have tried things. They've tried things like drop shipping, and they have tried things like freelancing, but none of this stuff is working to them. And their core competency, which I don't really want to give away a whole lot about this person because this was, kind of a private conversation. But their core competency, they actually say that they don't care about it at all. They don't give an S about it, and I'm not going to swear on these channels. And they're looking for some guidance on what to do. Listen, hey guys, listen, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy stuff. I think you'll agree. So we got to figure this out, and we got to figure this out quickly. So the situation here is very simple. You're in a job that you hate. You know that entrepreneurialism is something that you're interested in doing. You're interested in starting your own business. And you're terrified and you're depressed because you don't know what to do first. This is the common story that I've heard thousands and thousands of times. John, hello. Thank you for being here. Thanks for that quick hello in the chat. This is the common story that I've heard thousands and thousands of times from people who want to start their own business. They want to grow a business, but they don't know what to do. And they don't know how to start it, and they don't know what those first steps are. And this person, which just tears away at me, is feeling depressed. They're feeling anxious. They're feeling like they feel like they have nowhere to turn because their entrepreneurial attempts have failed. They tried drop shipping, they tried freelancing, and none of those things worked. Well, first of all, let's talk about why some things didn't work. Dropshipping didn't work because you were looking for a very quick fix, and dropshipping has this allure to it that you can just spin up a store somewhere and ship things from somewhere else. But here's the problem, right? Thank you, Eileen. Eileen says, speak to me. Thank you. I really am very grateful for that. Actually, you know what? Before I forget, if that is you, if you are someone who's thinking about leaving their job, or you're being forced out of your job, or hey, look, you're working at a job right now and you're watching this, you've got your eye every day on that whatever department it is that fires people. What is somebody tell me, what is the department that fires people? It's like it's HR, human resources is the one that like fires you. You've got your eye on the door from human resources and you're like, when are they going to call me in there and let me go? I mean, hey, look, it's it's just the way it goes. If that's you and you have something, you've got something in here, it's like some intellectual capital that you can have an impact on a market, just get on my calendar. Eileen just put it in the chat. I just saw it come through. Get on my calendar at prouty.me. We can brainstorm about what it is that you should be doing right now to make that happen quickly. But let's just get that out right now. So you hop on the prouty.me. That's my last name.me. That will get you on my calendar. We can spend some time brainstorming about what you should be doing to start to get clients right away, or to get more clients if you've already started something. So, but we're talking about this person who is depressed, they're anxious, they feel like they have nowhere to turn. And that happens to so many people when they look to try to start a business. So what do? Well, the first thing you've got to do is take a look at your situation, right? You've got to realize that the situation you're in can change. And you are the one that can change it. And it all comes down to saying a very simple phrase. And it's just saying, I am responsible. And if you can integrate that phrase into everything that you say and everything you do, I am responsible, it's going to change a lot of things for you. It's going to start attracting the right things to you. And I know that's kind of like sitting in a position and floating up in the air, but it's true. You will attract the right things to you when you just take responsibility for yourself. And so once you take responsibility, feelings of depression can go away, feelings of anxiety can go away, because once you take responsibility, you're going to start doing the things that you need to do to make the changes that you need to make. It's not up to anyone else. Here's the news. If you're working in a job and you're thinking about starting your own business, no one's coming to save you. And no one's going to support you the way you would support yourself, because no one is as inspired to do what you want to do as you are. You can't expect your parents or your friends or anyone to come. No one's coming to save you. So it is time that you grew up and saved yourself. And you do that by taking responsibility. So the moment that you take responsibility, everything is going to feel different and everything's going to start to change for you. But what are some practical things you can do? Get a pencil, get a piece of paper. You're going to want to write this down, because this is the step-by-step formula for how you can start that business and how you can be wildly successful. And while you're getting that pen and paper, I have helped thousands of people start and grow businesses, wildly successful. Some of them show up in the chat all the time. And these people that show up in the chat, look, I'm not going to name names, but these people are crushing it with the amount of money that they're making, and that's really what it comes down to. Disclaimer here: you're responsible for making your own money. I can't make any income claims. I can't go and I can't hold your hands on the keyboard and type the stuff that you need to type to start attracting clients to you. I just can't do that. But you want to learn how to do it? Prouty.me. Find that link. It's somewhere. I moved it. I keep moving it so that you can find it. It's over here. No, it's not. It's over here. You hop on Prouty.me. 45 minutes later, you're going to have an actionable plan. Ask John in the chat. That dude is rocking and rolling. Ask Joelle in the chat. Ask Eileen in the chat. They're all on LinkedIn right now. Okay, so you got that pen and you got that paper. You're thinking about leaving that job. You are sitting there right now, either working from home or in the office. You know that there's jeopardy, right? You know there's jeopardy. You see people letting go. When am I going to be next? Time to take responsibility, people. The first thing that you need to understand that there is a group of people right now who can use a service that you can provide. But you have to figure out what that service is, and then you have to figure out who those people are. Who are the people that you are most inspired to serve? Until you figure that out, you will consistently fail. And I tell you that not only from thousands of people that I've worked with and looking at their experience, from my own experience. We go back 21 years. The very first clients that I chose, I couldn't stand them. They weren't people I was inspired to work for. I did a terrible job. But once I figured out that I need to focus on finding the people who inspire me the most, and that's important, these people have to inspire you. You have to want to be around these people. You have to want to be talking to these people all the time. Once you figure out who these people are, you're in so much better shape because you're going to be talking to these people all the time. We see people in the chat who are part of my mastermind, my high-end mastermind called Growth Galvanized, which is a group of people who come together, support each other. I mentor, I train, I coach. I'm there to provide them with guidance. And we hear their stories and their levels of success. And by the way, if that sort of thing, like a mastermind where you're surrounded by incredibly successful people, sounds right for you, hop on my calendar, hop on this, and hop on Prouty.me. That's my last name.me. Hop on that and we can talk about what my mastermind looks like. It's not for everybody, and you've got to be at a certain income level as an entrepreneur before we let you in. We don't let just anybody into this thing. But if you want to come into that, I'd love to tell you about it. If not, that's cool too. Still get on that call so that I can give you some direction on what to do. So you have figured out who it is you want to work for. The next thing you need to do is figure out the service that you can provide for them. So in this message that came from me, person tried drop shipping. That's a waste of time for many people. Don't do that. Then they tried freelancing, but they did not care. They didn't give a care. They replaced care with a word that I won't use because of some of the people that are in the audience and I don't want to offend. They don't care. They don't give a care about what they did. So you have to find a service that you are willing to provide, that you want to provide, that's going to give a transformation to this group, but the service has to inspire you. You have to not only look forward to doing this service, you should be jumping out of bed every day to deliver this service. This is the thing that you should be doing. You can't wait to do this. And we talked about this in another live. It's one of those things where when you start doing it, everything else just kind of vanishes. And you don't want to spend time doing other things. You don't want to go to the movies anymore. You don't want to socialize. I know that at least that's what happened to me, and I see it happening for many people. These are what happens. This is what happens when you pick that thing that inspires you the most for the people who inspire you the most. And the best example I can give you is my own. I am inspired every day to help entrepreneurs wildly grow their businesses, and I do so with my training and mentorship. And if that sounds interesting to you, just go here. I'll tell you all about it. And I'll give you some advice at the same time. And the people who inspire me the most are entrepreneurs. They are the people who have started their own businesses, or they are starting their own businesses, and that they're working hard every day to have a dramatic impact on their markets. Eileen, we see Eileen here in the chat. And Eileen helps people get hired rapidly, people that are seeking employment. She has a 100% success rate, and she's helped thousands of people get hired in their jobs, in the jobs that they want. And she is the catalyst for making that happen. That inspires me to no end. And we get to talk, she and I get to talk every day because she's part of my mastermind. She's part of my Growth Galvanized mastermind. And we help her do that. And then you look at other people that show up in the chat, like Cicely Simpson typically shows up. Cicely, a leadership mentor, helps people achieve higher levels of leadership. She wrote a book on it. She wrote the book on it. These are the people that inspire me the most. So I have that combination, and I've had it for years. I work with people who inspire me the most, and I do something that inspires me the most. It shouldn't take you more than an hour to sit down and think about what that is. Who are the people that you wish to work for? What is the service you wish to provide for them? But then there's a third ingredient. And I'll share that third ingredient with you in just a moment. But if you are serious, I'm watching my stream freeze. I will share that third ingredient because that's the critical one. I'll share that with you in just a minute. If you are serious about growing a business and you want to learn how to get clients coming to you, instead of you having to reach out to them, so that you have a full calendar of people who are most likely to become your clients, do get on my calendar, which is Prouty.me. That's my last name.me. Do get on my calendar so that we can brainstorm about the things that you should be doing right now to make that happen. It's a fun call. We have a good time, and I will fire hose you with information that you can start using right away. So the third ingredient is very, very simple. The service that you have selected, and please select a service, just select one service. You have selected a service that inspires you for an audience, a target audience that inspires you. It must be a service that solves a problem quickly and that they will pay you money for that solution. You can't build a business if people are not willing to pay you for the solution that you're offering. And while that sounds incredibly obvious, there are so few people who take that into consideration when they're starting their businesses. So all of the things I'm talking about are things that very few people actually consider. And they just say, I'm going to start this business as a freelancer, and I'm going to do this thing that I'm kind of good at, but I'm not sure if people are going to actually pay me for this thing. And so you've got people that you don't want to work for doing something you don't want to do, and you're not even sure if they're going to pay you for it. No wonder you're failing as an entrepreneur. But when you get those things in alignment, that's where things start to open up for you. All right. So your homework right now, take it away from this video. Your homework right now is to do two things. It is to spend time, this is thing number one, spend time identifying the people you wish to serve, the thing you wish to do, and validate that they will pay you for it. Okay, and there are lots of different ways to do that, and we can get that all out on a call if you wish. And then the second thing that I want you to do is type in prouty.me into your web browser, go to my calendar, and get some time on my calendar with me so that we can brainstorm about ways to do this quickly, because I want you to be successful as an entrepreneur. I want you to have that business that you wake up every day just so incredibly excited to do, and that you have people who come out of the shadows wanting to work with you. And when they come out of the shadows wanting to work with you and you provide them with that transformation, they are then telling everybody that they know, and you become the sole source for the solutions that they're seeking. Okay? So 2 takeaways that I want you to do right away. Figure out who you want to serve, what you want to do, validate that you can get paid for it, and then hop on my calendar link. I'll put it right here for you. Whoop. You can't click it, by the way. You can try, but it's not going to do anything. Just go to prouty.me and get on my calendar so we can brainstorm. All right? Thank you so much. I hope that question, the person who asked that question, got some value out of that today. That's a complex one. And as I'm looking at this, just reading their words, I'm frightened and depressed. Holy crap, that is really bumming me out. So I really do want you to turn that around. Follow those steps, and you'll be able to turn that around. It's going to take time. It's not easy to do, right? Becoming an entrepreneur isn't easy. All you entrepreneurs can agree with that. But it's so worth it when you get it done. So go and get it done, and that is important. And don't forget, I am responsible. Say that over and over and over again. I am responsible. It's going to open up the whole world for you. I'm going to hang out in the chat for just a little while to see if there's anything going on. I'm going to head over here to the live stream. I see people checking in on YouTube. Oh, somebody says you're phenomenal. Thank you very much. That was a very nice comment. Thank you so very much. I'm going to pin a meet with me. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do that just yet, because when I type, so you might not realize this. I'll pin this later. When I type, my space bar does this. And I've typed on these before, and every time I'm typing and typing in some words, it goes back and forth between the two. So instead, I'm just going to check in the chat real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. And somebody says, do we get to work directly with you in my programs? Yes, it is directly with me. And your ability to work with me increases depending on the program that you're in. So if you're in my entry-level programs, you get to see me once or twice a week. If you're in my advanced programs like Growth Galvanized, you get to see me every single day. And we are together all the time, and we're always in communication, and you get answers like this, like that fast. When you have a question, I'm right there. So it's like 24/7 access to me when you're in that bigger program, which is so exciting and so much fun. Okay, thanks. That was a great question, and I'm really glad that someone asked that. Heading over to Facebook. Yesterday, I shut down the Facebook stream as people were typing in questions, and that was, I was like, oh, can we just get the stream back and going? Facebook looks good. LinkedIn looks good. Mohammed, thank you very much. So writing intrigues me. So Mohammed, I certainly do hope you're still here with me, and if you're not, you're catching this on the replay. It says, writing intrigues me. So you understand your service. You know the service that you want to provide. Now you have to figure out what you want to write and who you want to write for. We know that copywriting is something that people will pay for. So Mohammed, my friend, you have got to figure out who it is you wish to serve and if they'll pay you for your writing. And you've got to be darn good at the writing. So give them a great transformation. That's excellent. Joelle is here. And Joelle, listen, I'm just gonna talk about you for a second, Joelle. A young professional who is a professional WordPress developer. I rarely meet someone this age who is this determined and this focused. So I do want you to connect with him. You'll find him in the chat, Joyal. Do connect with him. Such a focused, determined individual, going to be wildly successful. It's unbelievable, the things that I see in the people that I get to serve. All right, checked in with you all in the chat. I'm grateful that you were there, and I'm grateful for all the messages that I got. I will be back tomorrow. I'm sure another question is going to come in between now and then, and if not, we'll just sit here and chit-chat for a little while. All right, let's end these streams. And I will say, I'm very grateful. Thank you for being with me here today. How long did we go, guys? 20 minutes. Holy smoke. I always say these are going to be 3 to 5 minutes long. What are you going to do? Sometimes I just like to go. I'll see you tomorrow.